Welcome to your transfer bonanza,
where we get the Ouija board of news, and we sort of around the table, we're all holding hands, and we're like, tell us the facts, and then we get a cup, and that represents speculation, and we get it to go, and then we just read the newspapers eventually.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And right now you're reading the Star.
The Daily Star, the thinking man's newspaper.
It's not true. Right.
If you like thinking about breasts.
That is true. So we are recording this on Wednesday. It is approximately 29 minutes past 11 o'clock.
Approximately 29 minutes past.
At 1 o'clock today, Jurgen Klopp is doing a press conference. We expect him to announce his decision to leave Dortmund at the end of the season.
We're in the middle of a news storm now!
That's happening right now. So we haven't got all the facts. We don't know about Dortmund players. But what we've heard is Klopp is likely to do that. We don't know if he's then going to go, yeah, I'm going to go and join City. We suspect he won't. We think he'll just say, look, at the end of this season, that's what's going to happen. He might say he's going to have a year off. He might not. That's what we know.
He might come out and say it's all false. He could come out and say it's false. I've just signed a new contract. He could be worried about nothing, mate.
I think it's unlikely he'll call a press conference, though, to say it's all a lie. I think he's definitely leaving.
You think it's unlikely I'd wear 4 pairs of women's underwear, mate?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's not happening.
Anyway, whilst we're on Klopp, let's talk about Mats Hummels, because when he wasn't trying to leave Borussia Dortmund this week, Jurgen Klopp was talking about Mats, and he said this: Mats is thinking about his future, so we know for a fact he's definitely not sure he's going to stay at Dortmund. If Klopp leaves, we suspect that means that Hummels will probably follow, because he's sort of an iconic manager at that club, isn't he? He's been there 7 years. If he goes, you'd think 1 or 2 of the more loyal players would go like, yeah, that's enough for me. So we think there is more chance of Hummels joining Manchester United right now, and the fact that Klopp's come out and said he's thinking about going, Hummels that is, not Klopp. Go on.
Sam, I'm concerned, let's say hypothetically, that with Pellegrini not doing well at Man City, say Klopp went to Man City, do you think, in your opinion, that would make Hummels more likely to go somewhere like City, where they've currently got Dimichelis and Mangala who are performing like they don't know what football is?
No, is my answer to that. For 2 reasons. One, Mats Hummels seems like a decent guy. He understands the world, so why on earth would he want to do that? Secondly, we've just spanked Manchester City, which I'm sure Hummels saw.
I'm less worried now.
And thirdly, why would anybody want to do that to themselves? Now, while we're on defender deals, let's talk about Nathaniel Clyne.
I'm inclined to think this would be a good deal. Thank you very much, mate.
Good.
Basically, not a lot has happened. Ronald Koeman has come out and he said, yeah, people are interested in him. We really want to keep him. There hasn't been any contract offers. There hasn't been any concrete offers or contract offers. But basically, they don't want him to go, and he might do, and there's interest in him. He has, interestingly, been dropped, apparently. He didn't play in the last game. He's not injured. I personally think that's because they're like, listen, mate, you're being an absolute ball ache with his contract.
He played for England, didn't he? So he might have been rested. Could just be a case of being rested. Plays a lot of games this season. There is also talk he's going to get swapped to Manchester United for Javier Hernandez. We'll talk about that in part 2, but that is a thing that has been spouted. Elsewhere, Nicola Otamendi.
Whoa, mate, can I just say that Twitter has been absolutely busting its balls over this Clyne business. Straight News, Disco Mirror. Apparently Disco Mirror announced on MUTV that Clyne had already agreed a deal with Manchester United. But we haven't seen this.
No, and also all the tweets that refer to this, they're all like, apparently he did this, apparently he did this. Did that happen? We've no idea.
I'm asking you another question, Sam. If something that huge happened, a confirmation like that, they'd be on the backstage of the Daily Star, surely. But it isn't. It's just Blin saying, watch your backs, Chelsea.
And he's right to say it. All right, so now can I go on to Otamendi?
Of course you can.
Otamendi. Guillem Balahay won't let this one die. £38.2 million to the Valencia centre-back. And he just keeps going, yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah, that's going to happen. But we're not going to buy Hummels and Otamendi. So Hummels is a lot more likely, based on the information we have to hand. We could be wrong, obviously, but one of these is lying. It's just lying, because they're not both going to happen.
Well, we might be keeping both irons in the fire.
I think it's unlikely. We're going to buy 2 centre-backs.
Another centre-back, though, you're not going to be happy with this, mate. We'll go on. Bloody another one. Varane.
We can't buy all the centre-backs, guys.
We can do, mate. We can play with 7 at the back if we want to. Varane, there's very little in this, really. Daily Star talked to him, he said he's happy at Madrid.
Well, of course he is. It's a lovely city. It's sunny. They've got a lot of trees. The Bernabeu's a nice stadium. It's all going on. Right. Shall we get on to our new regular feature? Here's what Smitty thinks.
Oh, what about? Give me any of these transfer rumours and I'll tell you exactly what I think, mate. No holds barred.
Clyne.
I'd quite like him. I'll come.
All right, good. Now, Gareth Bale has been linked to Manchester United for the last few months. He's not having the best of times at Real Madrid. And guess what? Zinedine Zidane, that's right, their head-butting former World Footballer of the Year, has come out and said this. Of course, clubs are interested in Gareth Bale. But guess what? Real Madrid buy the best players in the world. They do not sell them. He says that he's helped them win the... Yeah, that's right. He's helped them win the Champions League. He's going to help them do it again this season. And he's going to help them win cups in the future. The president doesn't want to sell him. The player doesn't want to go, and that is what Manchester United will be told. He even name-checked Manchester United. So, perhaps there has been some interest, but it looks like he's not going to be sold.
One thing I will say, mate, he didn't mention not selling Ronaldo. We're signing Ronaldo! Yeah! Come on! Another summer of that speculation to look forward to. Talking about Ronaldo,
go on.
Depay or Depay. I'm calling him Depay. I'm putting my foot down.
I think quite a lot of commenters people below are always like, it's Depay, guys. So Depay. We'll go with it.
Sorry, guys. Here we are doing it just for you. So Depay. Meulenstein has been comparing Depay to Cristiano Ronaldo, which people have done in the past. He's saying he's not quite as good as Ronaldo was. He doesn't have the creativity, but he is flipping fantastic. He scored 25 goals in 35 games. He keeps favouring the living daylights out of Manchester-based tweets.
Yeah.
If he doesn't come, I don't know what I'll do.
I always think it's a good idea to compare young players to people who are currently considered one of the best footballers of all time, 3-time World Player of the Year, the current World Player of the Year. That can only be good for that young player, can't it? It can only be good. He can only reach that standard. It's not like you're setting him up for a huge fall. That's obvious.
With that in mind, mate, I'd just like to say that I think you're a brilliant presenter. I think Dermot O'Leary is amazing.
And he's a nice guy. He's a very nice guy. Right, Edinson Cavani is staying at Paris Saint-Germain, which is great news for everybody, because every single summer I'm fed up of him being linked to Arsenal or Chelsea or City or United or Juventus or Real Madrid or Barcelona. Like every time, yeah, Plymouth, they just go like, oh, Cavani to United, Cavani to Chelsea, oh, United after Cavani. He's 28 years old and he's fine, but I don't want him. And that's that.
Strong words. Strong words there. From Homewood.
Let's stop this one now.
Not a fan of Cavani.
No, I'm not a fan. I just leave him out. Let's leave it. Right, Danny Ings. Go on, you've got some strong opinions on Danny Ings.
Danny Ings. Listen, this is a mental situation where Danny Ings, I would say, is one of the top 3 young English strikers. You've got Ings, you've got Berahino, you've got Kane. Obviously, I love James Wilson. He's up there, but we've already got him, so why would I be talking about that? Basically, we could get Ings on the bloody cheap. 5 million compensation for Bale because he's young and they've developed him. But what a great addition that would be to strikers. We're going to be getting rid of Hernandez, probably RVP, probably Falcao. 5 million for a pretty decent striker. Might not get a lot of first. I think we should do it, mate.
He doesn't need a lot of first team games, does he? He's probably kind of going to have to sit on the bench. Plus, he's English. And we're not xenophobic, but we know that we need a certain amount of English players to fit the Champions League standards. That is the end of part 1. Now pay attention, because in a minute is part 2, featuring the likes of David De Gea, Ander Herrera, Angel Di Maria and Javier Hernandez.
And Ben Amos.